My name is Manish Maltare. I am a student of MBA in Real Estate and Urban Infrastructure, studying from RICS School of Built Environment. Here is a study of water management and developing strategies, especially for hilly terrain in India, which I have done under the guidance of Professor Shekhar Nagarbuji. Now coming to the abstract. So we know that rain carries a large amount of water, most of which usually drains out and causes soil erosion, especially in hilly regions. So here in hilly regions, the problem is more. There are many ways to conserve water. Conventionally, rainwater harvesting is practiced across the country. Apart from that, the atmosphere has significant amount of water in the form of fog and mist also, which we can utilize. Here, the methodology includes the study of research papers and best practices that could be incorporated, and with the help of which some suitable models for hilly terrains are proposed. In the end of the study, I took Dehradun after the analysis. We can see that by resolving one issue, we can also resolve other issues like employment and air pollution. This can be incorporated in Smart Cities Mission of India. So coming to the introduction, the main source of water in India is the monsoon, which usually occurs from June to September. But because of global warming, it may start even early or even late also. So we know that India is privileged with sufficient rainfall as a whole, because the annual precipitation is about 1,170 mm. On other hand, the average higher global average is around 700 mm, which is quite higher. So water scarcity is a serious problem throughout the world, both in rural and urban communities, due to increasing population, urbanization, industrialization, and the use of chemical also in agriculture. So in the last few decades, we have seen many floods as well as droughts, which are happening very frequently because of according to the blog on the water harvesting in harvesting started in India in the ancient period. Like it is not a new thing; it is a very old thing, like 2000 BC, along with the Mesopotamia, China, and modern day Israel. Hilly regions face more problem than plain areas because the transportation is very prominent problem along there. Snow is also there, winter, water scarcity. The livelihood in a hilly city is majorly dependent upon agriculture and tourism. So this is the methodology which we followed. So it is basically qualitative analysis, which includes best practices, a study of smart cities proposals, research papers reviews, and according to which we have done a comparative analysis based on water conservation efficiency, cost, and risks. And after that, we have selected a city and done its sort analysis, and we have done some proposals for the selected city. Now we know that there are two techniques of water conservation. The conventional technique is rainwater harvesting, and which is new, like which is practiced 30 or 40 years back started, is fog, mist, and dew water harvesting, atmospheric water. So we have studied research papers of these countries for rainwater harvesting and fog harvesting. So in Australia, I have studied that we have took the case of Melbourne. So they have used GIS application for calculation of potential water. So like from GIS, they have calculated what are crucial areas that we can take as for water conservation, like from houses or nearby areas. So in China, took the city Shifeng. So suitable area for rainwater harvesting based on conservation service curve number and universal soil loss equation. These are mathematical equations to know what is the slope and how much water we can save from the hilly terrain or slope from the slope. In India, northeastern region, we have studied like household and agriculture, low-cost ferro cement storage tanks were used. In Ladakh, we have seen artificial glacier making and what are risk challenges and other things. Which are because of environment and climatic change, etc. On Uttarakhand, polyhouse is used for farming and also promoting agriculture and all the things, agriculture and household needs through water collection in tanks using drip mold irrigation is used there. This is the term drip mold irrigation. And IoT is a very innovative technique which uses in which there is a system of a door which for the pit which opens automatically and close automatically. So it generally is 39% more retaining capacity than conventional rainwater harvesting techniques. And Indonesia, we have studied urban areas like recharge pit and recharge trench, and suburbs, gully plug and contour bund is practiced in the research papers. And Palestine is also they're using the research was in use. They have used GIS application for rainwater harvesting as a tool for agriculture, like they are promoting agriculture to the users. So we have seen these are the modern innovative technologies nowadays using people are using, like rainwater for geographical information system they are using, and Internet of Things, like what like door open and close, that part. And fog and mist, I have studied Varka water. It is a very innovative thing in which biomimicry is the term it is used. Like they've seen what are the desert beetles and all the creatures and insects, and how they are collecting water from the environment, from their body. And parametric design, which is innovation in architecture. Using this both this phenomena, they have made Waka water. It's in Africa, South Africa. Now, coming to the fog harvesters. So these are the fog harvester pictures: apple collector, first one, second one, half collector, diagonal collector, and Waka water. So I've selected these 4 fog harvesters. So the first one is FL. So this is the costing which I have gathered. The quantities I got from literature review, and costing I took for Indian context, like what is available in India Mart and other portals. What are the rates available for the materials? For diagonal half collector also, this is the total price, and half collector. This is IoT based model for rainwater harvesting. So based on the literature review research papers, I've taken out the costs. This is the comparative analysis which I have done. So this FL, half and diagonal half collector, these are type of fog collectors, and they are very passive, sustainable, passive, low maintenance, air purification, low maintenance nature. Also, one different thing is that air purification is also observed by some researchers to smog reduction, especially in case of apple collector. So these have the quality to reduce smog also. So here costing is also given. Risk and challenges are, it is only applicable in specific topographical geographical zones, and it is unaffordable for lower income group. Like initial cost is very high, but after that it is not that much high. And these are the capacities. Like for apple collector, 2,650 liter in peak season. It is a per day basis capacity is given here. Water harvesting capacity for half collector, 200 liter and 94.2 liter in peak season for diagonal effector. In our analysis, we found it best suited for high traffic zone. Like it can also reduce for smoke also. So yeah, an IoT based model, its features are increased productivity of aquifer, like water body or anything, any underground pit is there. It can open or close automatically, and it is also took care of that if somebody is around, it will automatically close if human being is around. And it is only opens when it detects water, and large amount of water it also take care of that it will not come into the pit, so it automatically closes. So electrical devices, and so it is a basically risk and challenges that it is electrical devices, so it need maintenance, and it is the 10% increase in water retaining capacity. So we propose it for the existing household having RWH or willing to adopt, or somewhere where water collects. And with this Varka water, it is very sustainable, passive, most economical among all the options, and it is very low maintenance. The price is also given, it is 32,000, and the only risk is that it demands a significant amount of land cover. So and its capacity is around 3,000 liters per day. So it would be best usable for agriculture purposes. Agriculture need a large amount of water, and this kind of canopy, or it is a big structure, so it would be best suited for that area. Now coming to the city selection, so I've done Dehradun because it is location is proximity to Delhi, which is India's capital, and major tourist attractions there. Education and industrial hub is there. Various heritage structures are there, and it has high literacy rate. Also, agriculture sector is very predominant there, so we can promote agriculture also there by using these innovative techniques. Now, 75% of youth, which is below 45 years of age, and it comes under fog affected belt. So fog affected, so we can use this fog harvester, so we can collect most of the water apart from the rainy seasons also, apart from the rain times also. uh, it is situated in one of the highest rainfall states also, so rainwater harvesting also appreciable there. Horticulture is ideal for the production, so we can promote that. Here weaknesses are less urban utility, high population density, inefficient transport and parking, lack of employment option, dilapidated heritage structure, and depleting green cover. Threats are environmental pollution such as vehicular pollution, so we can reduce from using this new innovative technique. So increase in crime rate and migration of people from big cities to big cities. So this is the conclusion and recommendations. So like Eiffel Tower, out of all the three, best suitable, it has more capacity of water collection. The model can be placed anywhere near significant amount of smoke. IoT-based rainwater harvesting model can be installed anywhere where pre-installed harvesting. Varka can be used specifically for agriculture purpose. As we know, that 75% of population is young, so they can come back to for agriculture, do the Dehradun for doing practicing agriculture and all. As we all know that the monsoon season starts from June and ends in September. Also, the fog falls from December to February. So 7 months of water problem can be mitigated. So in my views, this is a kind of, it can be implemented in incorporated in smart city intervention, mitigating many issues like employment pollution. So these are the references, and thank you. Any questions? That's it.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes.
Can you explain about hardware related to IoT model for rainwater harvesting? What type of hardware they have to use to harvest this water?
Yes, like IoT, they
including
are using,
IoT.
Yes. In IoT, they are using GSM, and there is a robotic kind of device, Arduino, which is automatic detector. And actually, I've not gone into details, but these are the devices: LED device, stepper motor, GPS, GSM.
No,
water level.
not like that. Not like that.
Yes.
Which hardware is harvesting the rainwater?
Harvesting
IoT, you can get the information related to all those things. That is different.
Yes. So this is Arduino device. Arduino.
No. I'm not talking about Arduino. This microcontroller. I'm talking about the harvesting equipments, techniques.
Techniques like we can make a pit for water where we can collect and we can make a pit in the earth or aquifer kind of thing. So there is an opening there. So
aquifers are available in subsurface of the earth. Hello. Aquifers are available in subsurface of the earth, not at the surface.
Yes, it is actually natural aquifers. So we can put cover for that also, like door opens and closes using this technology.
Surface streams, subsurface aquifers, fractures.
Surface aquifers.
Fractured zone, weathered rocks. They are available in subsurface of the earth, not at the surface.
Yes, it is. It can be used in many foldings, like many ways. Like for a pit, also we can make a pit or aquifer. Like aquifer, what I have understood is that from aquifer, if drought or something kind of, if flood occurs, then it automatically closes the door. So that's the thing. So water generally don't get collected inside much of that.
Okay, that's okay. You can as by inputs, you can connect with Dr. Ramesh sir offline and get some more inputs and try working out on the feasibility of the research or like implementing much more technical way. Except that the presentation is really good with respect to the cost analysis and other things and all. It's really nice and good work which you have carried out. Thank you, Manish, for your wonderful presentation.